We accept the reality of the world that we are presented. Name that film. That's right, the quote is from Jim Carrey's famous film, The Truman Show. It really hits home when we think about our daily lives. Have you ever stopped and wondered how much of what you see and believe is shaped by what you have been told or shown by someone else? Let's take a moment to explore this. How much of our reality is actually ours? Let's find out, and if you get anything from this video, would you consider subscribing? First off, our environment plays a massive role in the shape of our beliefs, from the families we're born into, or the friends that we choose, to the media that we consume on the daily basis. It all influences us in some way. And actually, it made me wonder something. Wait, am I in my own version of The Truman Show? Think about how you've grown up, your values, your worldview. Did you ever question why you believe what you believe? Not really. Maybe some of it came from your upbringing, maybe some of it came from the media that you were exposed to. It comes from everywhere around us. Sure, I suppose it's easy to take things for face value because it's comfortable, right? It gives us this sense of stability, but here's the thing, this can be limiting as well. It stops us from seeing beyond the bubble that we are in, from exploring the possibilities out in the big wide world. I feel like I ask this question a lot in these videos, but what can we do about it? Well, it's also the same answer. We need to start questioning things out there in the big wide world. Now, I'm not saying we need to doubt everything, but we need to approach things with more curiosity. What if we asked ourselves, is this the only way to think about this? Or what else could be true? It's not about victimizing ourselves either to a certain reality, but to see past it and to be able to craft it to our own way of living. When we have the curiosity to jump at the things that we want to seek in life and have the freedom to question what's going on in the world, we leave behind the ideas of how we became a victim to this, and then we begin to see how we can change from this point forward. When we open ourselves to a different perspective, we start seeing the world in a new way. One of the best ways to do this is by stepping out of our usual environment. This could be through travel or learning something new, or just having a conversation with someone who sees the world different to you. All of this expands our mind and challenges the way that we've been conditioned to think. Quite simply, it comes down to this. We have the power to shape our own reality, and I'm not just talking about ignoring everything around us, but about being mindful of what we let influence us. It's important that we don't have this echo chamber of the things that we want to hear, because the world is much different to that. Actually, it's a lot harsher than that. We want to have the ability to embrace what we want to believe, but to have an open mind to be able to see how others see the world as well. For me, questioning things has become almost of a habit. I don't take things for face value, and while it might seem a little odd to some people, I've found it's worth it in the long run. When we have the ability to question the influences around us, we gain that control back. We start making conscious decisions about what we believe and what kind of life that we want to lead. Now, it's not about being skeptical of everything around us, but about deciding for yourself what feels true and what aligns with your values as a person. So just for a second, let's bring it back to The Truman Show for a moment. If you've seen the movie, you know that Truman lives in this controlled reality where everything is staged for him. His friends, his job, his entire life, none of it seems to be real. Spoiler. Well, it was made in the 90s. But once Truman starts to question the world around him, he realises that there's more to life than what he is told, and that's what I'm getting at here. We all have the ability to break out of the limited realities that we have been handed and explore something more authentic to us, the things that we want to explore, the places that we want to go, the people that we meet, to not just judge them based on what someone else has told us. It is about judging for ourselves of what the world actually is and how it is presented to us. So how do we do that? It starts with questions and curiosity. Ask yourself, what do I believe and why do I believe it? Is it because I was told to? Is it because it's all I've ever known? Let's take it as a basic example of, say, a football team. You probably support the same football team as another family member because they supported it before you, and you didn't really get to pick when you were a kid of who you thought was best, but you never had the ability to choose for yourself because you might actually secretly like another team, but you don't want to hurt that person's feelings, do you? That's exactly what I'm talking about here, but think of a wider perspective on other things going on in the world. By doing this, you take back control. You get to create a reality that's not just handed to you, but one that's true to who you are and what you believe in. Here's my challenge to you this week. Try questioning one thing that you've always taken for granted. It could be something like, well, why you hold a certain opinion, or something bigger like your career path or relationships. You never know what new insights you might actually discover by doing this. And remember this, you don't have to accept the reality that you've been presented. You have the power to explore, question, and ultimately create your own world. All that's left for me to say is thanks very much for watching. If you got anything from this, make sure you like and subscribe down below and comment down below your thoughts on this topic. Let's continue the journey in the next video, whatever that may be. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. Cheers.